Hi there. In this video, we will take a look at how to build a website with Claude Code, the desktop app, on Windows, even if you've never coded before. By the end, you'll have a working one-page site on your computer. We'll build this out for fictional career coach. One thing at the very start to put your mind at ease, with plan mode, which we'll set up shortly, Claude Code won't touch a single file until you've approved a plan. You stay in control of what changes. There are different ways to go about this, but today we'll take the simplest path. So let's start with the 3 things you need on Windows. First, the latest Claude desktop app. Claude updates often, so instead of walking you through the installation here, where it could be out of date by the time you watch, I'll link Anthropic's current setup guide below. So check that first before you start. Second, paid Claude plan that includes Claude Code, individual, team, or enterprise. Third, Git for Windows, which Claude Code needs for local sessions. I'll link that too. And that's it. If you've seen other tutorials mention Node, VS Code, or typing commands into a black terminal window, you won't need any of that today. Everything will happen inside the Claude desktop app, in the code and chat tabs. Claude Chat is our strategist. It asks the business questions, works out what the page needs, and writes the website brief. Won't touch your files. Claude Code is our builder. It reads that brief, creates and edits the website files, and previews the result. This is the one with access to the folder we choose. So for this video, the rule is simple. Plan in chat, bold in code. But first, we need one organized space for the project to live. A project folder is just a normal Windows folder holding everything for this one website. We'll create a parent folder called Claude Projects, and inside it, your website folder. For this demo, I'll call it My First Website. Now you can drop your logo and images in. You can make these with an AI image generator or a tool like Canva. Then add a simple text file with the links your site needs. Booking page, email, LinkedIn, etc. Right, so now back to the desktop app. Let's switch to home for the chat interface and paste in the first prompt. It's in the free quick setup guide linked below. Notice what this prompt doesn't ask you to decide. You don't need to know which sections a website needs, which coding language to use, or what setup is best. Claude Chat works that out for you. A quick side note, you could also attach screenshots of site you like, so Claude gets a feel for the style you're after. There are a few good places to look, and I will also include those in the reference guide. Send the prompt and Claude starts working. Claude will ask you a set of questions. Short answers are fine, and if you're not sure, just say, I'm not sure, what do you recommend? Here you see the brief appears on the right. You can read it carefully and scan for anything Claude might have invented, especially qualifications, prices, client results, or testimonials. Once it looks right, we can download the text file and save it into My First Website folder. The brief now travels with the project, so Claude Code won't need the whole conversation pasted in later. Right, so time to move from chat to code. Local here means Claude works with the files on this computer. So select your folder. Then it will ask you if you trust this workspace. We created it, so we can click Trust Workspace. Next, let's change the permission mode to Plan, the safety step I mentioned in the beginning. In Plan mode, Claude looks through the project and proposes an approach without touching any files, so nothing gets written until you approve it. Now you can paste in the second prompt from the reference guide. Claude works through it. It might ask a couple of clarifying questions, then lays out a plan on the right, in plain English, since we asked it to. Now we can check the plan and see if it makes any sense. Does it match the brief? Is the file sensible? When you're happy, click Accept. The permission mode now switches from plan to manual. Now that the hard thinking is done, I'll switch to a cheaper model to build. Set the effort level to medium, and Sonnet in this case is selected. Claude starts building. It asks permission to write index.html. That matches the plan, so we can click Allow once. Here you'll see plus 478 in green and minus 0 in red. That just means it added 478 new lines and deleted nothing, because this is a brand new file. Now Claude wants to see how the site looks in a browser. And here's a step I skipped in this video, but really worth doing before you start. You should open Settings, then find Claude Code, and go through all the tabs, so that they set the way you want them to be. While it works, notice you can drag these panes wider or narrower, whatever's easier to follow. Then we allow Claude to start a local server for the preview. And here's our fictional coach's website. As you can see, I've used my own photo for the coach's image. Local in this case just means the site is only visible on this computer. It's not on the internet, not connected to a domain, and nobody else can see it yet. Here, Claude reviews its own work and confirms everything renders correctly. Then it asks to stop the local server. That's just shutting down the preview process. No files touched, but manual mode means it still checks with us. You can allow once. Here, Claude tells us the site is done, explains what it built, and shows how to open it, including how to view it with no internet or extra software. This is handy if you want to review it offline. It offers to write a README explaining how to edit the wording later. And I say yes. I also want to swap the two images, so my photo sits next to the About Me section, as I've noticed this is swapped incorrectly. Unfortunately, the images aren't showing up in the preview pane right now, so I can't confirm the swap on screen. But I will ask anyway, and Claude gets to work. Next to each edit, you'll see the file that changed and how many lines move. For now, let's close the preview panel. It's a bit distracting while we look at the changes. Claude now wants to create a README, so we allow that. The images still aren't rendering in the preview, even after a refresh. So I asked Claude how to preview the site properly. It gives me a local URL, and I take that and enter it into a Chrome browser outside this app. And the images render correctly. So if your preview pane ever seems stuck, just know it's a known quirk of the built-in preview and not something you broke. Opening the local URL in your own browser almost always clears it up. Now we can review the site the way a visitor would. Check every link works and that every business fact is correct. The name, services, links, and any claims Claude wrote. And there you have it, a simple one-page website built with Claude Code Desktop. It's saved in your project folder, working locally on your computer. In the next video, we'll go through how to publish this folder and connect a custom domain. You will find the free beginner reference guide in the description of this video. The Windows setup checklist plus the planning and building prompts from this tutorial. You can keep it open beside you while you work on your own site. If there's anything else you'd like explained, let me know in the comments and I'll try to cover it in a future tutorial. I hope you found this video useful and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.